It is not going to happen. And unfortunately, I know some people that have contracted it. To be truthfully honest with you, all of them happen to be men.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you are. Welcome back to the channel. Some of this phenomenon, most of you viewers are from America on this channel, and we appreciate you. Now, something that I found very interesting in many of the locations, like around especially urban areas, is the increase in STIs. Now, in Atlanta, it seems there have been over 20,000 new cases there. So we are going to listen in to what this lady has to say and Anton Daniels' reaction to it, and I'll give my commentary as usual. Please, while you're here, please subscribe to the channel and leave a like on the video.
In the last 8 months, Atlanta alone, have reported 20,000 HIV cases. I don't know how many times I can say this, but I'm going to say it every day if I have to. You need to keep your legs closed. I don't know what the hell is going on, but sex is not one of them things that you need to be doing. It's not worth dying for. And I don't care how good the medication is now. I don't care that it is now not a automatic death sentence like that as it used to be. I don't care. Keep your legs closed. 20,000 cases in the last 8 months in Atlanta. Is it worth? I wish I would even go visit down there. It is not going to happen. And unfortunately, I know some people that have contracted it. To be truthfully honest with you, all of them happen to be men. It's not worth your life.
Now, I will go a bit on a tangent here because this, for me, is something that started quite a while back. In the 80s, 90s, and early 2000s, the HIV/AIDS was an actual scourge. If you got it, you were done for. That's so before all the medicines and antiretroviral drugs and whatnot came up. So at that time, if you were not disciplined, you died. I mean, if you look in the US, especially, it was known as a gay disease because so many of the gays were going back wild and they're infecting each other, and it was easier for them because of all the destruction they do to each other. So the transmission was very fast. Then it transitioned, of course, to the rest of the population because people are degenerates and they have no self control. That happened also extensively in Africa, in Asia, and in a very little amounts in, say, Muslim countries, because obviously culturally promiscuity was not so prevalent. Now, these days, because of the prevalence of the medicine and all types of protections, people have gotten more and more careless. I don't understand why people still have unprotected sex. Forget the STI. Imagine getting someone pregnant who's just a random hookup. But then there are very many other diseases, the herpes, the gonorrheas, the syphilis. All these are still there and people are contracting them. Now, when it comes to HIV, in as much as there is some talk here and there about vaccine or this or that, once you contract it, you have to continually be taking those ARVs, antiretroviral drugs, until you're dead, or at least until the point where they'll get a permanent cure. I don't understand. Is it worth it really to be out there so much, exposing yourself to this just so that you can take medicine every day? You have to watch everything you eat and all this, although a lot of these people don't, and it keeps on, metastasizing to other things. But now look at is it worth it? Is it something that you would engage in while you're putting this burden on yourself? Well, I know there's medicines, especially like when people get pregnant, you can pass it on to the kids. I think that was really one of the biggest um, things that happened, because a lot of kids were suffering the actions of their parents. Just born with HIV, you live a miserable few weeks or a month or two, and you're dead miserably. So that's that for medicine. But now behavior has not changed, it just keeps getting worse. Is because it seems that it's very difficult for so many people to just use contraceptives, just a condom or anything. I've never understood that, because as far as I am concerned, if I get to a spot where I'm having sex and there is no contraceptive, I do not engage. It is not food. It is not. I would not die because I would not lose my mind because I don't get it. But too many people lack impulse control. So what happens is you end up engaging, and then you just kind of just throw it out in the air there, and hope that maybe your state has enough programs to get you right. Maybe you have your insurance can solve it. Whatever the case, now you are piling on these other issues just because you couldn't wear a condom.
Protect yourself. Leave it alone. Go get tested together. Know your status. Take PrEP.
Yo, okay, so this is the thing that I'm confused about the whole thing, because again, I've never been so blessed and privileged to be called lame. One of the reasons why they call me lame is because I've been married for 21 years, don't cheat, don't have a broken up household, daughter is in a great space. And I use myself as an example because we don't have a whole lot. I recently, and I told y'all this on a Millionaire Morning Show and on a couple other videos, where I recently actually upped my insurance policy, where they send a doctor in to do a full panel on you, as well as an EKG and all of these things, in order to test you to make sure that you're good. And obviously it all came back. I showed my results online, but it wasn't something that I wasn't expecting to see. I wasn't expecting to see anything because I live a clean life. And when you live a clean life, you don't have to worry about the same things that everybody else have to worry about. And nobody is using a condom. Nobody is using a rubber. When we were coming up and we seen Magic Johnson announce it, it was like a wake-up call, a reality check. Now people don't even care, and they just going raw, and they don't even trip about it. And it's disproportionately affecting the Black community. So you ain't got to blame this one on nobody else. You can hold this L, Black culture. I see people online a lot of times, they come into my chat and they say, well, what do you know? You only been with one woman for the last 20 plus years. Is that a knock? Like, why have in my entire life we consider bad to be good and good to be bad?
There is an active movement towards turning a lot of degeneracy into acceptable behavior. I think the West, especially, it has gone a very long way in making a lot of degeneracy acceptable. On top of all the social changes and the breakdown of the family and all these issues, this is very well expected. It's not just America. If you go to Britain, if you go to Australia, if you go to many cities and towns in Africa, this is actively happening, because for so many people, the cultural constraints that existed that helped people make right decisions just don't exist anymore. So everybody is acting out of their real wants and extreme needs and their infatuations and their the dopamine hits that never end. Everybody is addicted to that now. And you see, sex for many people is seriously addictive for them. And because, especially for men, I've seen men spend so many resources to access a mediocre punani. I mean, this is actually one of those things that if we as men just had more control, it goes away, because you stop being led by your hormones, by your emotions. You stop being led by stupid ideas. Just you start to have more control over your actions. And there's no man that I know that has not had control over their actions, who has not destroyed their lives. Even the celebrities you see, rich people and all that, you realize it's at one point or the other that they lost control and they were not able to hold on, that they destroyed their careers, their lives, and whatnot. You've seen enough examples. So this is really just the normal reinforcement of a cautionary tale that we're all seeing. I know so many guys talk about the game about, oh, I can't use a condom. Like that kind of silly, childish, backward thinking, just because you want to feel even better. That's all for you. And that's why so many of you have unwanted kids. You have STIs, you have full of herpes and all these venereal diseases. I mean, I know a lot of these days is live and let live. But this is really for the people that want something more than just these stupid animalistic reactions.
We got enough stuff to deal with when it comes to regular, everyday, just going out the house, possibly getting hit by a goddamn car. But we gotta then put ourselves in this position to where we gotta fight for our lives, and y'all ain't even got healthcare coverage. Half of y'all can't even find a job, and you gotta figure out how to stay on prep, how to get your medication, And when she say that it was guys that was down there, all of the people that she know that went down there was guys that caught it. I have to ask myself another question, because I know that you're much more likely to catch it from another man. A woman is much more likely to catch it from a man than a man is from a woman. That's just the way that it is, because he's inserting himself into you, right? And so I have to wonder, are these guys also sassy? Listen, nothing.
Yes, in Atlanta, that's most likely the case. And especially in that community, it's even to now, the rates are much, much higher than heterosexual couples or interactions. That's just because of the nature of the act.
Is off the table as far as asking questions, because y'all not ashamed of going down and busting it down on the first night. And I also think that it's almost like a curse, right? I look at a lot of these diseases that everybody is catching as a curse. And the reason that I look at it as a curse is because it's not something that I worry about. Like, it's not something that we have to worry about, because you don't engage in those type of behaviors. So that's not something that you're concerned about, because when you live a chill life, when you live a clean life, the only time that I have to react to it is when I see y'all talking about it online.
And this is the thing. This can also be equated to honesty. When you live an honest life, when you try as much as possible not to lie, to tell the truth, it has the same effect. You don't have to all the time trying to remember the lie you told, the details, and the trust you're losing with people, and all this. It's the same thing. Because a lot of people think a lie is a shortcut, but what it's really doing is extending the problem. Whatever situation you are, you're extending it by lying and being dishonest. Often, the sharp truth at that moment might be even bitter at that particular moment, but in the short to the long term, it's always the right decision. Especially when you've made so many blunders, say, in life. If you're not able to accept that they're having a detrimental effect, because that's the problem we have. So many people are doing stupid things, but they think that the detrimental effect that come with it will be handled by someone else. Sometimes it is parents, the government, you name it, society in general. They try to give you your shortcuts to get out of it. What they don't understand is, for most of us, when you're given a shortcut out of a problem, you never really get to learn anything. You just get out of it and then take yourself right back after all the trouble has been cleared for you. So I don't know. That's as much of this video as I'm going to react to. I'm going to leave the link to the channel, Anton Daniels' channel, and this video to finish off. He has many other good videos, so you can go to his channel and watch whatever he has over there. He has different other channels also. So I don't know what you think about this video. Please leave a comment down below. Don't forget the like on the video, and of course, subscribe to the channel. And until next time, peace.